From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
And thanks for joining us live at 8 a.m. Here are some of the news stories we are following. Dozens of California cities suing the Trump administration over millions of dollars of disaster preparedness funding. Local leaders raising their voices saying they're missing critical funds in case of a natural disaster. Plus, California's DMV unveiling changes to identification cards and driver's licenses for the first time in nearly a decade. We'll show you the revamped design and the new security features. And Swifties, the wait is almost over. Taylor Swift's new showgirl era is here with the release of her new album. We'll have all those stories coming up. Here's what else we're keeping an eye on.
It's very saddening, but what can we do?
My first time, so I'm a bit gutted.
Visitors to San Francisco disappointed to find the effects of the government shutdown when they got to the Bay. We're tracking the disappointments and the workarounds for the visitors who bring dollars to our local economy.
So sorry, we are going to miss you.
Financial Breaks brings Meals on Wheels to a halt in the Bay Area. Volunteers find lack of funding means a program building bridges in our community comes to a full stop. We're there for the sad goodbyes.
I don't think there was any animal too great, too small that didn't matter to her.
Leaving a legacy in the Bay Area and around the world, the lasting impact of researcher Jane Goodall's life and how Bay Area leaders say they will keep her mission alive.
She doesn't need the vision to make that connection.
A 49er faithful family making sure their superfan family member stays true to the Niner gang despite vision loss.
And we are starting off the live look outside on this Thursday morning. A little gloomy out there. You've got some fog and some wet weather, so keep that umbrella handy. Jessica will have your forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Also want to make sure you're covered when it comes to heading out the door and hopping on the roadways. That fog we're talking about. Look at this. Great perspective here from the Golden Gate Bridge. Certainly could cause some visibility issues as you head to work out of Marin County this morning, so heads up there. Taking a look at our other Bay Area bridges. San Mateo Bridge really crowded westbound. Likely a lot of people using this instead of the Dumbarton Bridge. There's some troubles on the Dumbarton this morning as you head eastbound. So keep that in mind. And over at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, looks like metering lights are still on this morning, and that is a busy ride as you head into San Francisco. And here is a quick look at those travel times. Pretty tough out there with that wet weather. And then you've got some slow-go conditions on most of our major freeways. Well, in the midst of a government shutdown, the halls of Congress are quiet in observance of Yom Kippur. Now, lawmakers present after a day, or no lawmakers present after a day of deadlock trying to get a funding bill passed. Attempts by Republicans and Democrats failed, so the government shutdown continues. More votes are expected tomorrow. So why can't lawmakers get a bill passed? The impasse mainly revolves around health care policy. Democrats want a bill that reverses Medicaid cuts and extends Obamacare subsidies and tax credits that made insurance more affordable. Well, without a win on that front, Democrats say those credits are set to expire at the end of the year. Republicans want to keep working those issues with a continuing resolution that would reopen the government for 7 weeks while negotiations continue.
Most important to our constituents today, as we go into open enrollment in November for their health care, is that we end the cuts, lower the costs, save their health care. And if they can put back in place that funding, we will open up the government to negotiate on the bigger issues.
The Chuck Schumer AOC wing of the Democratic Party shut down the government because they said to us, we will open the government, but only if you give billions of dollars of funding for health care for illegal aliens. That's a ridiculous proposition.
Well, in fact, undocumented immigrants are not eligible for any federal health care programs, including Obamacare and Medicaid. And Democrats point out that they are not making a push to change that. Later this morning, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will join 2 other Bay Area House members for a press conference in San Francisco to talk about the government shutdown. Well, the shutdown has caused confusion right here in the Bay Area, especially for visitors. Some national park sites and federal facilities are now closed indefinitely. Others may be open, but with limited services. Pier 33 on the Embarcadero is the departure point for the Alcatraz Island Ferry. Now, according to an official with the National Parks Conservancy, Alcatraz is open today for tours. It was closed yesterday for scheduled construction. During the Trump administration shutdown in 2018 and 2019, Alcatraz stayed open during the day, but special tours and night tours were canceled. Well, this morning, park officials are confirming closures at some Bay Area parks, roads, and parking lots. Muir Woods, for example, is closed. At Stinson Beach, the gates and the parking lot there are closed. Presidio sites like the Golden Gate Bridge Visitor Center, well, that will remain open because they operate under their own funding. The closure, a little disappointing to tourists.
It's my first time, so I'm a bit gutted.
What are you guys doing to make up the time?
Well, we're
cycling over the bridge.
Yeah, and have to drink more wine.
Well, we'll keep you posted and we'll keep following all the latest developments on the shutdown. You can find updates anytime on kpix.com and streaming on the free CBS News app. Well, a coalition of nearly 30 California cities, including some in the Bay Area, are suing the Trump administration. They say executive orders have put at risk $350 million of disaster preparedness funding. Well, Santa Clara County and San Francisco are leading the lawsuit. They're accusing the Trump administration of illegally trying to place political conditions on emergency and disaster funding, such as immigration enforcement and cuts to diversity programs. Bay Area leaders say this hurts with disaster response and safety preps for major events like Super Bowl 60 and the World Cup.
Governments shouldn't have to pass a political litmus test to be able to care for their communities. Without this funding, our communities face an increased risk of unmitigated destruction.
Well, meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security argues it should be able to withhold funds from states. Well, no breakfast delivery this morning for more than 500 homebound seniors in Contra Costa County. Meals on Wheels is officially ending its breakfast program today. Money for the program has simply run out. Our John Ramos takes us to Antioch, where he spent the day tagging along with a driver, making his last drop-off to his clients.
For 11 years, Vijay Bahel has been driving food to homebound Antioch seniors, and he absolutely loves doing it.
Helping the people who are in need of this, people who cannot walk, who cannot go out on their own, and they get the meals at home. That is the best part of this program.
Yeah. He has about 100 clients in the Antioch area that he delivers to each week, but the program is ending on Thursday. At least for breakfast.
And there's eggs in here.
Lindy Maines-Koltoff is a board member for Meals on Wheels Diablo region. They are the only group in the Bay Area to have a breakfast bag program, delivering 5 to 7 days worth of morning edibles each week.
There are some of these seniors that are having chemotherapy, and so breakfast is really important to them. This was actually started during the pandemic, and so we got funding for this, and we've continued the funding up until now.
I feel very sorry for these people.
So on this day, a melancholy Vijay had to deliver his breakfasts with an apology.
Hello. Today is our last breakfast bag delivery.
Okay.
So sorry, we are going to miss you.
It hurts because he knows that his homebound client, Alfred Dadu, at age 90, is pretty much alone in the world.
That's a curse.
It's
That's
a curse?
Punishment from God. Give you a long life. Because long life, you cannot walk, you cannot do this, you need help from everybody.
But there was a time he had no trouble walking. In fact, he was a world-class gymnast, competing for his home country of Egypt.
You were in the Olympics?
Yes, 2 times in the 50s.
Oh my God. Do you remember those days really well?
Very well. I have pictures and I have the magazines.
Later, Alfred became a professional bodybuilder, meeting a young up-and-comer named Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then went on to serve in Vietnam. He has an amazing life story, but since his wife died and he can't leave the house, there is no one left to tell it to. Others are more lucky. They meet for lunch at a Meals on Wheels cafe at the Concord Senior Center. Here, the socializing is as important as the food, but even that is scheduled to run out of money in April.
I'm not sure whether it would close. We're going to have to find the funding from somewhere, but what we're going to have to do is reduce the participation. We're going to have to turn people away.
Because you have too many people coming in.
Correct.
The need is growing while resources are dwindling. Federal government cuts are passed down to the state, and then to the county, and then to Meals on Wheels. But ultimately, it falls on guys like Alfred Dadoux, who end up feeling like a long life is a curse rather than a blessing.
Well, because of its own budget problems, Contra Costa County removed the $750,000 that funded the breakfast bag program. Meals on Wheels is hoping they can raise funds through public and corporate donations. We have a link to that fundraiser. It's on our website at kpix.com. Well, over on the map in San Francisco, another school closure to report for the same reason as many others around the Bay. This time, the smallest high school in the city, the Academy, will close due to declining enrollment. The Academy offers various career and college-focused programs. School leaders say this year enrollment dwindled to less than 100 students. So next year, Academy students will attend Wallenberg High School or have priority consideration if they want to attend another school in the district. Well, new at 8, you may soon see warning signs pop up when you're scrolling on your social media feed. A bill awaiting Governor Newsom's signature would require platforms to push out a 10-second pop-up every time you log on, warning that social media could be harmful for your mental health. If you are under 17, longer warnings would reappear every 3 hours. So how much time does the average American spend on social media every day? It's a good question. Well, it turns out about 2 hours and 9 minutes. Well, the California DMV is rolling out new identification cards and driver's licenses with a new design and security features. The gold minor on the current card has been replaced with images of California's iconic redwoods, poppies, and the coastline. The new cards will also have a digital security signature on the back barcode and will no longer have a magnetic strip on the back. The fee to upgrade will remain the same. Current licenses and ID cards will remain valid until their expiration date.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand with every guitar string scar on my hand?
Swifties, did you set your alarms? Are you ready for it? A brand new era starts today. Taylor Swift's new album, The Life of a Showgirl, launches at midnight. The new album was inspired by her life on the record-breaking Eras tour, which wrapped up last year with nearly $2 billion in ticket sales. And Swifties, from October 3rd through the 5th, check this out, you can actually head to an AMC theater to see her film, Taylor Swift, the official release party of a Showgirl. It includes the exclusive world premiere of her new music video, along with some never-before-seen footage from the making of the album. Well, coming up, federal agents make dozens of arrests in Memphis, Tennessee, as the Trump administration pushes forward with what it says is a necessary crackdown on violent crime. And here's a live look outside. Before we head to break, you are looking over towards the Santa Clara Valley. Got some clouds out there this morning, but nice to see some of the hilltops. We'll be right back.